Difference 24 hours makes. Right, how are you, Rasha? Are you having a bit of a bouncy dog? Have you been a good girl? Poor Sandra back at home, so we are hoping to hand over our keys to our property in Manchester with the date we've been working. Right, breaking news. Breaking news. We had a visit the other day. So the Husqvarna lives on for another day. The sun has got its hat on. Hip 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 hooray! Right. So after yesterday's continuous rain and more rain. It's not rained overnight. And quickly that's dried out. And currently we have got beautiful sunshine. The council bin didn't get emptied yesterday. Need to check. Oh, we did rash. And did it get emptied? It didn't get emptied. Need to chase that. And then we've got a cottage turnover to do today. First one since I've been back. Gonna give Rasha a walk up the farmyard this morning. Bit of a different one for her. And let's see what today brings. So several check-ins this afternoon, so it's going to be, I think, probably the busiest weekend since Christmas on the site, which is quite good. You know, some ducks flying over there, which is quite good. It's a bit chilly, but really where it should be, because we're only in February. And it looks like the weather forecast says it's going to be dry for the next few days. Anyway, we'll give Rasha a walk, get her in, and let's get today started. Open up. They started. I've just been in the cottage, got the first lot of washing the washing machine. It's super tidy. It can be a nightmare with if it's not left tidy, and to be fair, that is pretty rare. It's not often that's the case, but I think Dave and Jet had an incident a few weeks ago where, thankfully, it is super rare it happens, but the place had been left in a right mess, like a serious mess. I say thankfully that is super rare. So yeah, first lot of washings in the washing machine and stuff. Yeah. Oh, I need to have a look at that, don't I need to give this floor a sweep as well. I've been cleaning the deck yesterday. It was a bit of grass everywhere, and yeah, right, bit of a mystery here. So this should be a table's been left here, and I'm not seeing a table, which is a bit strange. I'm scratching my head remembering our booking system, which isn't complicated, to be honest. It's pretty simple. Anyway, I think I've got a handle on things, so always a good sign. And I've just got some. Oh, it's really weird things that I can't find that I know I should be able to find. This is super weird, right? I just found a spare pair of rubber gloves as well. I need to do the facilities in here in half an hour or so. Back on hot tub duties and things like that. Anyway, that's all that one done. And I just might. So it's topped up the hot tub with some water as well. After I've done the facilities, I'm not going to cut grass, but I am going to get the mower on a high cut and just make sure it's all okay. I don't know if that blade's going to need sharpening or not. Good views. Absolutely beautiful. And I've got that. I've got the Lincolnshire. Beautiful breeze, fresh breeze. I just had a message from Sandra. She's been poorly. A couple of days off work with a flu bug or something. So we have got some progress going on as well. So there's a load of the old garage doors and some other metal scrap has gone. I'm sure what's going to happen with those, whether there's a reclaim. Going to be doing that, but I'm seeing my boss is coming to see me, so I'll have a run through on going forward a little bit. Right, I think that's just sure. No, I'm not having a cup of coffee. I've got too much to do. Not time for another. We've not got time for a coffee. No time. Difference 24 hours makes after the rain. We're slowly. The building site is slowly, very slowly, drying out a little bit. Right, how are you, Rasha? Are you having a bit of a bouncy dog? Have you been a good girl? At least you sat on the towel, right? You can put my raincoat away. It's been really wet. How are you? How are you? Dog gravy bone. Up, don't fall over. Want one of those? Oh, do you want one of those? There you go, good girl. Alright, so she slept on her head last night, or the top of the bed. So sometimes she sleeps different places. So it must have been a bit coolish because she had a bum against me to get warmed up. It's golly, right. I just need a quick check on an email, and I've just been waiting to come in. Another day with the toilets cleaned. Showers, everything mopped out, smelling beautiful. Just need to replace loo rolls. I've got the doors open, let some air in, and then we're going to be decobwebbing soon as well. So all running to schedule. Cleaned. Yeah, do you remember we'd insulated all the back of here, didn't we? Do you remember all of that? Back, oh crikey, when was that? November, wasn't it? Was it October, November? Seems a long time ago, doesn't it? Anyway, right, that's all done. Alston's fine. Paul, Sandra are back at home, so we are hoping to hand over our keys to our property in Manchester. The date we've been working is the 18th of March, so just bear in mind how long this has all taken. So I've got our content is being moved on the weekend the 8th of March, so fingers crossed on Saturday the 8th of March our house back at home, if everything goes to plan, will be empty. And then we've allowed an extra week just in case there's any hiccups or we need to order another van or something goes wrong. But the buyer, our house buyer, is now asking if we can complete on the 11th, which is a week early, which is doable. Anyway, so Sandra's back home, so she's having to have a couple of days off. She's a bit poorly, so I'm going to have to leave that into her hands because I'm just hoping she can pack all her office stuff up and everything. But literally, yeah, going from waiting to can we have the keys now? You couldn't make it up. And then obviously we can't exchange everything on the place that we're buying until the house in Manchester is exchanged. But there is no reason now at all why this should fall over. It can still fall over, but we are just so close. I mean, so close to getting this over the line. God and Bennett, what an absolute nightmare. Well, not a nightmare, it's well underway. So yeah, right, so I am sat down. I've just had to have a catch up. I'm waiting for a couple of phone calls to come in, and then start this afternoon's arrivals. I've just taken my coat off. I'm absolutely sweating, but I might, as I say, jump out on the Husky and just give those blades a quick spin and make sure it is cutting something. I've been using this. I've been using my GoPro, not my DJI, since I got back. I just thought, and primarily I've got wind muff on here, which is a microphone is better than the DJI when it's windy. But you know what? This GoPro is absolute rubbish. It probably all looks okay to you out there, but the amount of glitches and things that go wrong with it, and buttons don't work, and resets, and batteries out. I had no trouble with the DJI. Anyway, that's the way the mop flops. Right, breaking news. Breaking news. We had a visit the other day by a couple of people who live in Devon. And they'd had a cafe for a number of years. Very popular cafe. Looked really, really smart. Anyway, they travelled all the way up from Devon. A long drive. Stayed in the pod. And with the prospects of coming up to take over the cafe, look after the cafe. And we went over and discussed things, and obviously in inverted commas to do a cottage turnover once a week, and then cover for me for 2 days. And to cut a long story short, Dave and Tracy will be joining us for the 2024 summer season, and possibly going over winter and things like this. It's way too far ahead too. So I'm just doing a quick inspection. I've got all these pictures are booked this afternoon. So they've got some ideas and everything. There's going to be some time off as you're recording this. It could be 4 or 5 weeks before they're actually up here, because they're moving some of their belongings into storage, and they're looking for potentially getting themselves a motorhome. I think I'm going to use the mower down here, I think, because this is always dry here. They're looking to getting themselves a motorhome, or possibly a caravan and all the rest of it, but they basically just want a complete new lifestyle change. So Dave and Tracy, amazing to see you the other day. We had a long chat. We've had a number of very, very long phone calls and things like that, and we'll be looking forward to welcoming them. And if you come to the nurseries later in the year, as we hit springtime, you're going to be able to get yourselves some fantastic food, as the cafe will take on a new life. They've got some really good ideas as well, doing things in the evenings, potentially, and even doing. I'll leave it until they come up. But if you're watching my vlogs when I was working at Dolbury, and they did some pre-ordered breakfast items and things, so yeah, good news. So well, basically I'm going to be on my own looking after the site now for the next 4, 5, 6 weeks with no days off. Challenging. We'll get there, won't we? I'm going to go and fire up this Cuscavana and hope we don't have any scream ups. So the Husqvarna lives on for another day. Beautiful mower. Love it. Not really. It's alright. Oh god, right, I'm going to go and give this Stiga a proper go around the campsite now as well. As I know there's a problem, there's a spring gone on this somewhere along the line which I need to do, but I'm feeling very upbeat. I'm feeling really upbeat. There's big progress on the house move. As I say, when you're watching this, I've got as you're watching this, it'll be literally a few days where I get my hands on keys to a storage locker very close to where we're buying our property. We've now got dates coming up for completion of the sale, which means Sandra's going to be able to give her notice in. In fact, I need to ask her, when are you going to put your notice in, Sandra? So if she does it this month, February, it'll be March, April, end of May. Obviously we've got Ali, my son, to sort out with things, blah 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 blah, and then we've got a lovely couple coming up to take care of the cafe, and I know everybody's going to get on well with this couple. They are really nice. Right, let's go and give this thing a go and make sure it's all right. I'll try and drop the deck and see whether the problem from last year is still prevalent. I do like the Yellow Peril. It's a much better mower than the that Husqvarna for cutting, and the versatility of it all. Getting the deck down is a bit of a challenge. You have to release it with your feet and everything. It can be interesting. Right, I'm going to go down to the camping area and lower the deck and see whether this is working like it should be. Right, that's the deck down. Just trying to remember now. Putting it all into hang on a moment, that doesn't seem to be working. Hang on a minute. We could have a problem. The drive belt doesn't seem to be kicking on. It is on. But as I say, there's a problem with the spare. Yeah, it's come off. May need to get somebody to have a look at this, because it's oh, is this cutting actually? Is this cutting? Strange enough, that's actually taken quite a bit of the grass off, so it's a bit muddy now. We'll give that an hour, that'll all dry out, and as I say, I'm going to give the camper that's coming up on a tent some options. I don't know if they're here for one night or 2 nights, but I'll probably put them on a better pitch, an upgraded pitch. Right, let's get the Stiga in, get myself some dinner. And I'm just coming now after 1 o'clock. So our guest for this afternoon should be arriving. You know what? Never rains at the nurseries. Oh, it's blue sky, sunshine, apart from on bin days.